by the Lord Jesus was that this happened for the glory of God. God knows why certain children are born in a certain way. It is upon us as society and as leadership and as government to make sure that God's glory can shine through those children by giving them a special opportunity to have a fair chance at life, to equalize their chances at life. A few years ago, Your Excellency, when I was Senator of Nairobi, we went around and I met a lady called Simaton who was doing what we call therapies for kids. And her biggest challenge was that there were many children who were being brought, for this physiotherapy, for exercises, and at least they were developing. But there are many more in Nairobi who are locked up in the slums. If you go to the slum areas, you'll find a child has been locked in because when the child is born that way, first the father anazama. Anasema hii ni laana or there's something wrong. Once the father has disappeared, huyu mama labda kazi yake ni kufua nguo. Haezi enda na huyo mtoto. So huyo mtoto haendi shule, amekaa tu kwa nyumba, amefungiwa kama mbuzi, Your Excellency. I'm glad with friends who was able to get one bus that time. That bus goes around some of the slums, picks up those children. It has the mechanism to even get wheelchairs at the back, but it is not enough. We have too many children and too few facilities to take care of them. Your Excellency, I'm glad because you care about the children and you care about education. The investment we've seen in education just this year has never been seen since this country started. More than 56,000 teachers. Your focus on uplifting the education sector, and that is why the education sector has the highest budget, I think 650 billion or so. You have a very good CSM team. We are partnering together in Nairobi. We are working very closely. For us, we've said, taking care of our children is not a national function or a county function, it's a leadership responsibility. And that is why we have partnered. I'm glad that you've offered us 5,000 classrooms. You're doing 3,500, I'm doing 1,500, and that partnership is what we need. We will call the MPs together, all the 17 MPs and the women rep and senator, for us to agree how to map this out within our constituencies. Because it cannot be that the whole of Nairobi only has 209 schools for a population of 5 million people. Mheshimiwa Meli, I know in your place you probably have more than 100 schools in your one constituency. Here in 17, we have 209. So what happens to these other children? They go to informal school, Sunday ni kanisa, Monday it's a classroom, jioni ni bar, the next day ni mkutano wa mama. It's not a good environment. Once we've introduced our school feeding program, Your Excellency, in this last one term, where we are already in 45 schools, enrollment has gone up 150%. As it is, we are feeding 88,000 children every day. The rest of the 5 kitchens are done. In January, I am worried. Instead of 250,000 children, Waziri, we are going to have around 350,000. So we want to move quickly, and I hope we can get people like those who did this work. Because this is work you can see value for money, prudence in use of public resources. Really good work. Your Excellency, the second thing that we're really partnering, and I must mention, is, in Nairobi, this institution, for instance, had 76 acres. 20 have gone. What is remaining is 50 acres. And I'm glad that the director has raised it, and Waziri, we need to regularize those who have built on this land, because we cannot destroy their houses, waje walipe. As the county, we will support that process, Your Excellency, together with the MP and the Ministry of Lands, because we must bring them into the system. Right now in this constituency, many residents are jittery, awalali na amani, because they lost a case in the Kirima land, around 980 acres. In Choka area, Njiru, going into Embakasi East. Your Excellency, as a county government, we're going to do a mediation process between the family and these residents. Many of them are innocent third buyers, second buyers. We're not trying to justify anybody encroaching on public or rather private land. But we must, do something to mediate in that situation. So with your permission, Your Excellency, I will liaise with the Ministry of Lands as well. I will liaise with the Regional Commissioner, Kate, we've discussed it. We'll call all of those resident associations, Okoapo, tuite familia ya Kirima. You cannot destroy. It's a whole, I think there are more than 6,000 households. Hatuwezi wavunjia manyumba yao. Ili tukae tukubaliane, walipe, settlement fulani, ndo tuweze kuendelea mbele. Finally, Your Excellency, is just to encourage you. You have a huge task ahead of you. The hope that I saw in that child on the treadmill needs to be replicated. There are so many others, whether it is in Kakamega, whether it is in, in the Coast Province, who need that chance. As leaders, the prerogative to ensure equality of opportunities. If in this country, no matter where you're born, no matter which community, if you know that your child has the same chance at life as the other child, hata uhasama mingi itaisha. Because everybody wants the same thing, to go about their life peacefully, to make something of themselves and guarantee their children a future. Your Excellency, what you're doing is the work of God. You're a co-worker with God, and we're happy to work with you as we proceed. Asante sana, and may God bless you with your work.